Hello world, I am Ali, and here is Wonder Island. Today we want to travel to the world of popular brand and listen to their story. Many entrepreneurs and ordinary people think that big brands have become attractive options for customers fast and without any effort. If you also think that luck is the most important success factor in the business world, we have to disappoint you. Maybe with a professional formula, one driver gets a little lucky in some rounds of the race and his car does not crash, but in the end it is his own skills that will determine the title of the champion. Nothing else. If you have been living with your popular brands for years, and the question has gradually come to you, how did they really reach this level of popularity and commercial success? Follow us on this video. Number 5. Samsung. Did you know that Samsung started its business as a grocery store in 1938? Business was good and Lee Byung-chul was able to move the company's headquarters to Seoul after 9 years. But with the start of the Korean War, he had to leave this business. So he went and established a sugar factory and a woolen workshop under the same name as Samsung. In the 1960s, Samsung's business reorientation coincided with plans by Korean President Park Chung-hee and the adoption of policies to support parent companies. These policies continued until 1979, when Park Chung-hee was assassinated, and foreign companies could not sell their own electrical appliances in Korea. This 18-year opportunity allowed Samsung to adapt to global markets and become one of the largest manufacturers of electrical appliances in the world. Number 4. Coca-Cola. The story of Coca-Cola goes back to the time of the Civil War in the United States. Conscripted as a wartime chemist, Yos Stith began making coke to treat his morphine addiction. He, who had a large amount of morphine at hand due to studying chemistry and owning a pharmacy, eventually replaced this dangerous addiction with coca in order to get rid of this drug addiction. Of course, in 1886, when the use of addictive substances in drinks was completely banned, Coca-Cola was born and made big popularity as a carbonated soft drink brand. Coca-Cola was still known as a drink to help get rid of addiction almost until the end of the 19th century. However, entering the 20th century and the changes in the food industry made the managers of this company think about the mass production of carbonated drinks. This is how Coca-Cola was born, and in a short period of time it won the hearts of all non-alcoholic drink lovers. When John Stith saw the people's acceptance of his company's soft drinks, he soon stopped working in the field of addiction treatment and started using sugar in his drink instead of the compounds related to addiction treatment. Little by little, over the decades, the magic combination of Coca-Cola opened its place in the hearts of customers. So that today few people are willing to settle for anything less than Coca-Cola with food. Number 3. McDonald's. McDonald's story is one of the wonders of the business world and very instructive. Two brothers, Richard and Maurice, opened a restaurant where people would drive their cars and order food. In this way, restaurants are called drive-through. Their restaurant menu was very diverse. They had this business for 8 years until they decided to start a quick service system, and for this it was necessary to simplify the restaurant's menu so that its total items would be 9 items. So the initial idea was formed like this. In 1954, a salesman named Ray Kroc visited McDonald's restaurant to sell them a mixer. Okay, a year later, Ray returned and bought a McDonald's franchise. A little later, he came back and bought the whole business, and at one time, he started to reproduce McDonald's restaurants, so that in 8 years, 500 McDonald's restaurants were opened. Today there are 32,000 McDonald's in the world. Nostalgic. Number 2. Nokia. I believe that we have created a pattern, as most of these companies have been founded in the 19th century. Sadly, Nokia is a company that is slowly dying as it wasn't able to adapt to the change of the mobile phone market and enter the smartphone market quickly enough. Before smartphones, there was Nokia, mobile phones which were used only for texting and voice calls. However, Nokia's story is quite interesting. In 1865, Knut Fredrik Idestam, who was a mining engineer, saw that there was an increasing demand for paper in Europe. He founded Nokia and built a paper mill in Finland near the city of Tampere. The company became the leader of the paper market. During the 1950s, the paper market became saturated, with so much local competition that Nokia was near bankruptcy. The company knew it had to adapt. It took all of its workers from the paper mills and retrained them as electrical engineers. They started producing cables and slowly worked their way up with technological advancements towards the home telephone market, and in the 1980s into the mobile phone market. Great number 1. Adidas. The founder of Adidas was named Adolf Adi Dassler. He was also the younger brother of Rudolf Dassler, founder of Puma. Adidas was founded in 1924 and it actually started producing different textiles that were in high demand in Western Europe at the time. As World War II broke out, Adolf Dassler was forced to make boots for the German army. After the end of the war, he saw that there was a need for sports footwear. Therefore, in the 1950s, he started making trainers and other types of sports footwear, as did his brother. Although they are brothers, they have 2 separate companies. So which one was shocking to you? Or which one is your favorite brand?